Good morning, children. Previous class we studied about the combustion process. Combustion process are different in cells and in the laboratory. Combustion process keep continuous in the laboratory. To control that we can use the water. But in the cell process we need more amount of water to control. The respiration process, the heat producing, the rate of heat also increasing. Due to that our body temperature also will increase. And after taking the rest, the heat will reduce, that we studied in previous class. Today we are going to study about evolution in gases exchanging system. Exchange of gases is a common life process in all living organisms, but it is not the same in all. Single-celled organisms, amoeba, or multicellular organisms like hydra and planarians, roundworms, and earthworms obtain oxygen and expel carbon dioxide directly from the body by the process of diffusion. The other multicellular animals, special organs are evolved. Animals, either terrestrial or aquatic, adapted to different types of respiration and possess different types of respiratory organs, mostly depend on the habitat in which they live. Body size, availability of water, and the type of their circulatory system are some of the reasons for animals to develop different types of respiratory organs. There is a tracheal respiratory system in insects like cockroach, grasshoppers, etc. Tracheal respiratory system consists of series of tubes called trachea. This process is called tracheal respiration. This is divided into 5 branches called tracheoles, which carry air directly to the cells in the tissues. Some aquatic animals like fishes have developed special organs for respiration, which are known as gills or branchia. Blood is supplied to the gills through capillaries, which have thin walls where the gases are exchanged. This is called a branchial respiration. The process of breathing a fish. Fish keep its mouth open and lower floor cavity. As a result, water from the outside will push into their mouth and or cavity. Now the mouth is closed and water is got into the mouth will close and the floor of the oral cavity is raised. When the water will fill up the mouth, the floor of the oral cavity will rise up. Then this is the reason water is pushed into the pharynx and is forced the gill pouches through the internal branchial apertures. Gill laminae are breathed with water and gaseous exchange takes place. Respiration through skin is called cutaneous respiration. Frog and amphibians can respire through cutaneous and pulmonary respiration, means through lungs. This process as well as buccopharynx cavity. Terrestrial animals like reptiles, birds and mammals respire through lungs. Respiration in plants. We already studied about the stomata, the place the gases exchange takes place in plants. Other parts of the plant body, gases exchange takes place is the lenticels on the stem of the plant. Some plants have a specialized structure like breathing, roots of mangrove plants as well as the tissues in orchids that produce oxygen is also required by plants to produce energy and carbon dioxide is released. Conduction with the plants. The stomatal openings lead to series of space between the cells inside the plant, which form continuous network all over the part of the plant. The space are very larger in leaves, much smaller in other part of the plant. The air space are lined with water where the oxygen is dissolved in this and passage through the porous cell wall into the cytoplasm. Here the sugar is break down into carbon dioxide and water with the liberation of the energy. The carbon dioxide passes out into the space by a similar method. The all process work by diffusion. Oxygen is used by the walls. A gradient develops between the cells and air in the space. Similarly, the air in the space and air outside the stomata are lenticule, so oxygen passes in the same way. The more carbon dioxide is released by the cells, a gradient occurs in the reverse direction and it passes out to the environment. Next, aeration of roots. Most of the plants can aerate their roots by taking in the oxygen through the lenticels or through the surface of the root hairs. They contain oxygen from the airspace existing between the soil particles. Between the soil particles, the air contained present in the air that the root is absorbing. But plants which grow in wet places, such as ponds or marshes, are unable to obtain oxygen. So they are developed to this water-lodged condition by having much larger air space between, connecting them with the roots, making diffusion. Then mangrove trees have aerial roots above the soil surface and it takes in oxygen through these roots. To know more about respiration in plants, we can do one activity. Activity 3, evolved CO2 carbon dioxide in respiration. The process: take a handful of moong or Bengal gram seeds, soak the seeds in water a day before to perform your experiment. Keep the soaked seeds in a cloth pouch and tie with a string tightly. Keep the cloth pouch in a corner anywhere, and next day collect the sprouts or germinate seeds from the pouch. Keep it in a glass or a plastic bottle. Take another small beaker, fill it with 3/4 of lime water. Insert this small beaker into the bottle. Close the plastic bottle tightly. Make a similar setup with unsprouted seeds. This first process, what we explained, the same process another setup we are making, but we are not using the sprouted seeds. Instead of sprouted seeds, we are using unsprouted seeds. Keep this setup undisturbed for 1 or 2 days. During this time, observe the color of lime water in the cells. In which sets does the color change? First one. You will see in which sets we kept the germinated seeds. In that sets we will see the color change fast and color change also and color change fast. Another set we kept unsprouted seeds. In that we are seeing the lime water is not changed into the milky color. The lime water changed into milky color is show the presence of carbon dioxide during the respiration. So we understood the germinated seeds are also respirating and they release out the carbon dioxide. Next I am going to explain activity 4, heat evolved during respiration. In the same line, take a sprouted seeds in a thermoflask. In the previous process, I will show the diagram. We took the plastic bottle or glass bottle. The small beaker we kept with lime water and sprouted seeds also. This process we want to arrange the activity 3. The activity 4, we have to arrange the apparatus like this. Thermoflask. Inside the flask we are keeping the another bottle, and inside the bottle we are keeping germinating seeds. Here mouth of this bottle we are covered with any cotton or other cloths we can keep for to cover. Leave the place for inserting thermometer to the bottle. This is the apparatus we are planned for the activity 4. And we are taking sprouted seeds in a thermoflask. Remove the lid of the thermoflask and prepare cork, which you can bore a hole to insert thermometer. Take care that bulb of the thermometer should dip in the sprouts. And close the flask with this tight fitting cork. Record the temperature for every 2 hours. We are continuing this process for 24 hours. Every 2 hours we have to observe how the heat is producing. And we make a chart to note the observations. Is there any increase in temperature? You are finding any increase in temperature that you want to note it? Does the temperature increase steadily or does it abruptly increase at a time of the day? And where does the heat come from? This observation you have to write in your observation chart. Next, photosynthesis versus respiration. Plants carry out photosynthesis, which means they produce their own food from the atmospheric carbon dioxide using light energy from the sun. This process is a complex series steps involving the conversion of light energy to chemical energy, which is then used to synthesize sugars from carbon dioxide. This is a process of synthesis or an anaerobic process which occurs in the chloroplast. This is a process of synthesis of an anabolic process which occurs in the chloroplast. The equation of photosynthesis process: CO2 plus H2O, presence of light energy and chlorophyll. We get CH2O by N, sugar plus O2. And the equation balanced equation: 6CO2 plus 12H2O, light energy, presence of chlorophyll, C6H12O6 with sugar plus 6H2O plus 6O2. Once produced, the sugar can then be used for respiration to provide energy to run all life process. Respiration is not just the exchange of gases. It is the process of breakdown of complex food molecules or a catabolic process to produce chemical or a potential energy. The equation we can write like CH2ON plus O2 gives CO2 plus H2O plus energy, and C6H12O6 sugar plus 6CO2 gives 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus energy. Photosynthesis and respiration appears to be opposing reaction, but both have very different biochemical pathways and are essential for a plant metabolism. Photosynthesis takes place in the chloroplast to produce sugars, starch and other carbohydrates for the plant's metabolic needs. Cellular respiration occurs in the mitochondria, where these carbohydrates are bound to produce chemical energy to function at the cellular level. During daytime, the rate of photosynthesis is usually higher than that of the respiration, while at night it is just a reverse in most plants. Temperature, humidity, light intensity, etc. seems to affect the ratio of photosynthesis and respiration in plants. Then our second chapter portion completed. Till now, what I explained, I think you may be prepared the questions and answers. You have to study well that, make your classwork very neatly. And through WhatsApp, we will send some bits questions to you. And after that, next day we will send the answer sheet also. So, when you get it, you want to prepare the answers for the bits. And both the lessons you have to prepare well. After reopened after, if you have any doubt, ma'am will clear to you. Okay, thank you children.